Hi there, Virgo. It's time for your weekly reading. This is for April 15th to 21st, 2021. I hope it's going to be a good one for you. I have a feeling it will be. It is a good time of year, springtime, new stuff, everything new and fresh happening. If you would like to contact me, my info is below, my email, and you can send me your questions if you'd like. I'm going to start something new with questions. So you feel free to send them if you have any, and I will answer them. We will get the cards to answer them, and then I might even answer them on my own also. So today I'm going to do a Celtic Cross spread for you, which is pretty common among tarot readers. I don't love it. It's not my favorite, but I want to give you lots of variety in life, and also there's structure to it, and that's probably why I don't love it, because I like things without structure. So today I'm going to give you some structure just for a change, and hopefully you enjoy the difference. My one daughter only likes this reading because she likes structure, so we'll see how you guys feel about it. Okay, so this card is going to represent you, the Queen of Cups. Let's see if you have any of these qualities. The Queen of Cups is very intuitive, and she's full of love and communication, very passionate, very good for going to for advice, especially on things where communication is required. She is super intuitive. She knows a lot, and she's playful and fun sometimes. You know, anything where passion is involved, the Queen of Cups is your girl. So if you've got that going on inside of you, that is kind of fun and fabulous. Now, this is what crosses you. It might be an obstacle to be surmounted. Yes, this is an obstacle. This can be a health concern, or it can be a financial concern. You know, you see the two people, they look like they're out in the cold. Somebody's got crutches. But there is this beautiful stained glass window, which suggests maybe a church or some kind of solace where one could go instead of being out in the cold. Now, I never get too worried when I see this card, because anybody who's doing anything in the realm of working or making things happen financially, investing, doing anything, will have ups and downs financially. I mean, in fact, most people who are incredibly rich had some pretty bad failures. So this is not the end of the world, but it can be something to fix. So let's see what else you've got here. This is what influences you, what's above you. It looks like there's some kind of decision to be made here. Something you've put a lot of thought into and maybe need to put some more thought into. There are two ways to go. One is probably far better than the other way, and you're struggling with this. You're struggling with this. Maybe you have to tap into that intuition. Maybe it relates to this, maybe not, but there is a decision to be made. So you're going to need to remove the blindfold and take a look at everything clearly here. This is about finding the truth of the matter so you can make an informed decision. So you need to try and work on that so that you can make that decision. This is your past. Temperance. Now, maybe that means you were good at walking the middle line, you know, being a temperate person. Not being too crazy one way or the other. Maybe it means that you had some kind of thing that you were going too far with, and you learned to embrace temperance so that you could stop drinking so much, or stop overspending, or stop doing whatever the thing was that made temperance come into your life, so that you could, be on more of an even keel. Or maybe you're just that sort of person who is very moderate, who doesn't be too extreme in any way. And that's what you've done for a long time. Sometimes that serves people very, very well. And this is the subconscious. Oh, this is a perfect card for the subconscious, because it's all about the mystery of when you've got choices in front of you, which one's the right one, which one's the wrong one. And it shows you that some are very, very bad and some are very, very good. And so there is a decision here that you're really struggling with. It's even your subconscious is being affected, thinking about what the right choice is here. So you need to figure this one out. This is a big decision. I'm not sure what it is for you, but whatever it is, it's something that needs to be figured out. And I know you can do this. So here we're moving into the future. So death. Death can be a very radical change in lifestyle. It can be something that changes dramatically in your life. It's rarely physical death in the cards. It can happen. I mean, but that's usually not the case. It's usually a change that's very radical that gets you to change your behavior. If it's a health concern, say you have a bad result because you've been smoking too much, drinking too much, whatever, perhaps you change that behavior. Perhaps that part of you that is more moderate comes to help you out, to get you to change that. And then you have a new and different life, a life without a lot of drinking, a life without a lot of smoking. Or, you eat better. Maybe you're super overweight and it becomes just such a terrible burden. So you change your diet. This card, anything with pentacles, can certainly mean about health issues. But where it can mean a health issue that's not great, you have the power to change it. You can change that bad eating habit to a healthy eating habit. One meal at a time until you're eating very healthily, and then you have a whole new life. You have the death of that bad habit, and the death of that bad habit makes a resurrection in you as a person. Maybe that's the decision. Maybe that's the decision. Maybe you have a health thing going on, and you're like dying, not dying, but trying to figure out what to do. Can I make this change? Can I make this happen? It could be a million things. It could be, say you're super overweight. This is just an example. I'm not saying this is you or this is a general reading. It could be a million things. And you're trying to decide whether to do some kind of surgery or whether to just change your lifestyle. Do you have the willpower? Do you have this in you? Well, you do. I guarantee you do. But everybody has to make their own decision in life. But whatever this decision is, it could mean the change that makes this new life be created. Every time we do something positive, we have to have death to eliminate something negative to create the positive. Well, I shouldn't say every time, but a huge amount of the time. A huge amount of the time. Like when you really think about it, I'm not just talking about addictions or overeating or anything like that. I'm talking also about in relationships. There has to be a massive communication change sometime to change that relationship enough that it's like fresh and new. It's just, it could be something like that. But you'll know what this is about and what the decision-making process is about. And you'll figure it out. Let's see what happens. Let's see what else. So this one is about your attitudes. Page of Wands. This is a youthful spirit. Somebody who wants to make things happen. This is a good card, a really good card. Can mean a message about something relating to putting something into action. But it can also mean that you are going to do something. You're going to be proactive. This is just your attitude in general. So that's good. Very, very good. That's what we need to see. This is about your home environment or your environment in general. The Queen of Swords. She runs a good kingdom. She runs a very good kingdom. A little clinical, though. Not too gushy with passion. A little cool, a little clinical. I don't know what your situation is. If you have 6 kids, you probably have to be a little clinical to get the job done. You can't just sit around and play all day. But you've got the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords. So you've got some passionate stuff here with this situation, unless this represents just your environment in and of itself, which is not typical with a court card. So I'm guessing maybe this is your spouse. Maybe this is an attitude that you need to create the home that you have or want. You know, she's a truth seeker. Whoever this person is, all about the intellect, the truth, learning, getting to the bottom of things too. Very clinical in that way. Think of that sword just cutting through all the nonsense and getting right to the truth. This one, hopes and fears. You are afraid of not having enough money. It doesn't mean you've always not had enough money, but you are very afraid to not have enough money. You want to be in a position of giving to charity. That's a hope for you, to be in this financial position where you have enough money to give to others, to be in this high status financial position. It's not always easy. There have been struggles here. But you've got a lot of good stuff going on. But you are struggling with this decision. Ah, the king. You've got the king too. This is the outcome. This is the outcome. The devil. The devil is often about addictions. Addictions. Obsessions. Things that you feel trapped by. I don't believe this is going to have to be your... See, this is why I don't like structured readings. I think this is a part of you. There's something. It could be an addiction. It could be an obsession. Sometimes it's even things like OCD, being a perfectionist, being hard on yourself, because that can be like an addiction, to give yourself a bad internal dialogue. I don't know what it is for you. I mean, maybe you are an alcoholic. Maybe you're a drug addict. Maybe anything. But whatever it is, temperance was here. Maybe this is something that comes later, much later. Your past was absolutely fine and that wasn't in it. And somehow now there is this thing that's in it. Whatever it is. Maybe it's an obsession with a person. That happens. So whatever this obsession or addiction is, this has to be dealt with. Maybe this is what your decision is about. When somebody is a drug addict, it greatly affects health and finances, So you have to figure out what's going on here. But again, with the swords. So the King of Swords is also very judicious, a good king, cuts to the chase for finding truth. If there's truth that needs to be brought out into the open here, that can often be the metamorphosis you need to fix your life, to put it in the right direction. I mean, if somebody's a drug addict or a hardcore alcoholic, there's a lot of hiding sometimes. There's a lot of secretive stuff. There are a lot of people in on the secret, if that's the issue. And the hanged man has to go in himself to find out what to do with this situation, to figure this out. So this is a little bit of a complicated reading, and if it's accurate for you, you've got some work to do here. So let me know how it goes. I want this to work out for you. I really do. I absolutely believe it can. And so I want to hear what happens here. If any of this rings true for you, I want you to be able to make the changes that are going to get you where you need to go. So I wish you absolutely all the best. Have a great week, and I will talk to you soon.